Hey guys, welcome back to Laura's Little Luxuries. My name is Laura, and here on my channel I like to share all of the little ways that I bring luxury into my life, which is mostly Portland leather goods handbags, but today I've actually got a different video for you. I'm in a minor PLG drought right now after the sea sale. I'm waiting for some other stuff to come in, but I did get a major package delivery today. Oh my gosh, this is a heavy stack of packages, you guys. This is something that I'm super excited about. Two of these are actually just a gift from somebody that I met in a Facebook group for the Dip nail products that I like to use. I joined the brand's Facebook page, and someone in the group was moving and she has a massive collection, and she had kind of sorted through things and she found a bunch of duplicates and products that she wasn't using, and she offered to give them away. I said I would take a few, not realizing that she was going to send me all of them, and she didn't want any payment for it, so she sent me 2 giant boxes full of dip powders, and I think that there are some nail oils and other products in here. So I'm really excited to get into those boxes and see what we've got. Check out the different colors. I'm probably going to swatch some of them and see what they look like on test swatch sticks. And then this Amazon package is a nail product. This is like a little dip tray, so you can do different designs with the dip powder. You can either use like the top part of it to mix powders and like make your own custom color, or do like marbling designs. And then there are layers of trays. It's kind of hard to describe, I'll show it to you, but you can use it for like French dipping or doing different colors at the same time. So that's a tool that I'm excited to have so that I can experiment with some more designs. And then this package is just dip product that I ordered on my own because I can't stop. So I already know what's in here, but I'm excited to get into it and see these products in person. These are some colors that I haven't tried yet, and just restocks on some of my staple items. So let's get into it. I guess we'll start with the less exciting stuff since I already know what these things are. So I'm going to rip into my Amazon package. And I will link this product down in the description box if you guys are interested in getting one of these. It was like $10, super affordable. And this is the Unbox brand dip powder recycling system and French dip tray. So I was really excited about this because it's gonna make, I think, French tips a lot easier for me. I've kind of struggled to figure out how to achieve like that crisp smile line and get a really good French dip. But as you can see, this top tray comes off. And so what you can do is you can put your dip powder in here, and then you can use this to kind of steady your finger and just dip it partway in so that just the tip of your finger goes into the powder. And then you pull it out, and then you can hold your finger over here and sprinkle powder over the rest of your nail, and then you can use these little drawers to empty out what you sprinkled. I hope that makes sense, but there's 2 different drawers, so you could use like 3 different colors with this system at one time if you wanted to. So I could do like, let's just pretend like we're gonna do it right now. Let's say I've got white. I'm going to use white for my French tip. So I've got white powder in here. Okay, so I would paint the base liquid on my finger. I would dip the tip into the white just as far as I want it to, hold it there for a second, pull it out. Then I could take the top part off, hold my finger here, and I want purple on the rest of my nail. So then I sprinkle the purple powder here. And then maybe on the next nail, I want, again, the white tip. So I dip it, but then I want orange on the rest of it. So I would take out this tray and I would sprinkle my orange powder on this nail, and the rest of it falls down in the hole and goes into the bottom tray. So that's the general idea of how this works. So you can switch between colors and just get more intricate designs without all the hassle of using like 6 different dishes. And then it's really easy to just put your powder back in the dip container, the jar, so that you're not wasting product. That is the tray. Again, I'm going to link that down below, so if you're interested in grabbing one. They had different colors. I got the pink because it was going to get delivered faster and I'm impatient. But they had, I think, blue and white as well, and they were $10 a piece. So pretty inexpensive for a really nifty little tool like that. All right, next let's look at the things that I ordered. And This brand is called Tundra Dip, and they're actually based here in the Twin Cities area. So I like to get on their TikTok lives and watch them each week. They do like 3 different lives every week, and one of them is like a restock of previous colors that people want them to bring back, and then one of them on Thursdays is creating new colors, and it's really fun because they'll interact with the chat and you can kind of help them design colors. And I mean, sometimes they take your feedback and sometimes they don't, but it's just kind of fun to be able to watch as the colors are made. So I think most of these colors are ones that I bought during the live. Usually there's some sort of a discount that happens during the live as well. And then I also purchased a set of colors. So the owner of the company is named Bonnie. She had just gotten this idea to create like a, sort of a themed set. And so it's called Cosmic Gemstones, and I haven't seen these colors yet. Like, she only released the names of the colors, and her products sell out really fast. So she described them. She said they were like these really cool, pretty jewel tones with lots of glitter and foils and like cool sparkles, lots of like galaxy sort of themes, jewel tones, you know, Cosmic Gemstones is the name of it. And I said, all of that sounds right up my alley and I want to try them. So I had like an extra discount code and I went ahead and just ordered it. Here inside the box, we've got a card, just a little thank you card with all of their like social information. So you can follow them on Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, all the places. And then a little sticker. This is really cute. It says, overwhelmed with pretty nails. I mean, agree. Yeah, same. My camera won't focus. Fine. So the 3 colors that I ordered on the live last week are called Aphrodisiac, and this one is like a hot pink with orange foils. It's really pretty. This one is called Punk Pastel, and it's more of like a light purple with lots of glitter and like I think blue foils. And then this one is called Cozy Flames, and it's like a deeper brown mauve color with orange foils. Those all seemed like kind of fun fall colors. I got a new bottle of the Pro Base and also a new bottle of the Pro Top Coat because I've used up a lot of my original ones, so I'm getting low. And then this last thing in here is the collection. So as you can see, it says Cosmic Gemstones on it. I like that it came in its own little box. That's pretty nice. So there are 6 colors in here. And unfortunately this is sold out. So if you love these, you might just have to go find like approximate dupes of them. But I'm just gonna look at them for now and then maybe I'll swatch them at the end of this video. But this one is called Velvet Dust. And these are full-size jars, and I got 6 full-size jars for like $60 with my discount, which is pretty good. Like, these are all 1-ounce jars. They're pretty big. They last a really long time. And if you buy one of these at full price, it's like $16. So getting 6 of these for basically 10 bucks a piece was a pretty good deal. Okay, so Velvet Dust, it looks like it's gonna be like a purple. I don't know how well you guys can see through the packaging, and of course the powders don't always look the same as what they actually turn out like on the fingers, so we will swatch these. I just want to like get a little glimpse of them before I get into the swatching. This next one is called The Void. It looks like it's probably going to be a sparkly black. Love that. Oh, and this is cool. I'm noticing that the stickers for these are different than the regular stickers. So you can tell that it's from a special collection. All right, the next one is called Cosmic Karma. What color do you think that's gonna be? Ooh, oh, okay, this looks like a pretty dark blue, like a sparkly navy kind of color. The next one is called Venus Rising. Oh, this one looks really glittery. It's like a sort of a purple, dusty purple color with lots of sparkles. Just based on the packaging. Next is Elemental Fate. Okay, I'm seeing big chunky glitters in this one. Oh, I love that. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it's like big chunky blue and purple and like red foils and flakes. Pretty. Okay, that one's gonna be really fun to swatch. And then the last one is called Wishing on Stardust. Ooh, more glitters. Oh my god. That's gorgeous. That's gonna be so cool. Okay. This video is gonna end up being very long if I do everything, I can just tell. So let's swatch these, and then I will come back in a separate video to do my giant boxes of all the stuff that was gifted to me. And when I do those, we'll just kind of go through the highlights from it. I won't show you every single product because that would take days. But let's swatch these now, all of my new ones and the new collection, and then we'll do the other ones separately. So here we go. Okay, I've aimed you guys down so that you can see what I'm doing a little bit better, but it's really easy to use dip powder, especially once you get used to it. It is a little bit of a learning curve at first, but I've done quite a few sets now, and I find that it goes really fast, and I just know what I'm doing, so it's not quite as complicated. But there are 3 products that you need. There's a base, which is just a clear, like a thicker liquid that makes the powder stick to the nail. And then there's an activator, and this is what you put on once you're done dipping, and it melts all of the powder together and it turns it into like hard acrylic. And then there's the top coat, which is kind of basically a glue that just seals it all in and makes it nice and shiny and glossy and hard. And you can see, I mean, this top coat is amazing. It really does work really super well. So when we're swatching, I'm just going to be using the base as I dip, and then I will go through the steps like I would if it was my actual nails to seal it all in. I've got a bunch of swatch sticks. Some of them are different shapes, so I don't really care too much if they're all the same, but yeah, I'll just put a few out here. I might need to order some more soon though, because I've been going through them quickly. Let's start with Aphrodisiac. This was one of the ones that I was really excited to order last week on the live. It was a new creation, and I have built up a small collection for myself, but I will be intrigued to see in my packages of all the free stuff that I received if any of it is really similar or if I've gotten a bunch of new colors, because I tend to gravitate towards sort of similar colors. And it'll be fun to see what I get from somebody who wasn't like picking based on my personal taste. You know, these were just extras that she had. But you guys will get to see the kinds of colors that I am typically attracted to here. Let's do one of the long pointy ones. Okay, so I'm just gonna coat this in the base. And then I dip upside down personally. You can dip it however you want to. And then in a color that has glitters or foils, I like to take a little orange wood stick and just sort of press the foils down so I don't lose them. Okay, so that's one dip. And then I have a little brush that I use to just sweep off any excess before I dip again. And I tend to do that over the floor because then I can just vacuum up the dust later. Okay, so we're going with a second coat, and you can do this pretty quickly between layers. And I think I'm just gonna do 2 coats on these because I could be here all day. All right, so there's a second dip, and I'm gonna press the foils in again because I don't want to lose these. And then typically, if I was doing this on my own nails, I would dip in clear so that when I went to buff and file, I wouldn't be filing through the foils. But since this is just a swatch, I'm not really going to be filing it a whole lot, so I'm not going to do that. I just dipped in again because I like to keep dipping it in the powder until it doesn't look wet anymore. If you dip it and then it still looks wet on the surface, then that means that the base could absorb more liquid, or sorry, the base could absorb more powder. So if I see it looking like glossy and wet, I just dip it again to get as much powder on there as possible. I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep that foil. It wants to come off. Okay. Tap off the excess. I'm going to sweep it a little bit. All right, let's activate this one. So now I'm using my activator liquid. And I'm generous with the activator. You want to like really get it fully saturated, which on these big swatch sticks often requires a few dips in the liquid. So that's what she is looking like. Pretty. So there's orange, but then this one's more of like a coppery color. Interesting. So I'm showing you guys the entire process on this one. With all these other colors, I will speed through it and just show you the outcome. I don't think it's all that interesting to actually watch me sitting here dipping and activating and doing all the in-between stuff. So I just wanted you to see how it works, and then I'll speed through the rest of these. So, okay, the activator's been on there for at least 30 seconds. Now I'm just gonna grab a lint-free wipe, and I've got all this stuff set up on my desk. I'll try to show you here. I have like a little caddy over here with a bunch of supplies, so I've got my little lint-free wipes, and then I've got alcohol in a little bottle that I can just pump out. So I'm just gonna get a little alcohol on this wipe and wipe the top of it. And that will help keep it from clumping up my top coat liquid. So that's what I'm taking now. And normally I would buff and file my nail at this point, and then I would put on another layer of activator, let that sit for a minute or two. Then I would go wash my hands with water and a scrub brush and dry them really well and come back and then do the top coat. But again, since we're just swatching, we're just gonna do one layer of activator and the top coat. But if you go straight in with the top coat after doing the activator, it will clump up your brush. And on my nails, I typically do 2 layers of top coat, but I think I'm just gonna do 1 layer on these swatch sticks. That'll give us the idea. I hope this is focusing. Okay, so there's the first one. I'm gonna run through these other colors and I will show you the finished products. Next we have Cozy Flames. Sometimes my top coat brush clumps up because I mix it too much with the activator, and then I have to put it in the brush cleaner, which is basically just like an acetone solution. And this will save your brushes if they clump up. So I highly recommend keeping a brush cleaner on hand. And it's nice because you just switch the brushes back and forth. So I took the clean one out of here and put it in the top coat, and I put the clumped up one in here, and it'll be good as new after a few minutes. Cozy Flames. Punk Pastel is next. This one has a lot of what we call kites in it. They're like those little geometric shaped glittery pieces. See if my brush clumped up again. No, it's fine this time. That's so pretty. Oh, I love that. I can see why they called it Punk Pastel, because I'm trying to figure out how to show this to you guys well. The purple is not really pastel, but the glitters are, and then they look spiky. So I bet that's why the word punk was picked. That is so pretty. All right, so there are all 3 of those that I bought last week from the New Creations Live. Aphrodisiac, Cozy Flames, and Punk Pastel. Cozy Flames is a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting it to be more of like a brownie mauve color with the like orange copper flecks, but it's almost black, so that's interesting. All right, now we're gonna do the Cosmic Gemstone collection. So let's start with Velvet Dust. I think I'm gonna do all of these with these shorter round shaped swatch sticks. They're just a little easier to dip into the powders. And I'm actually gonna run through these and let the activators sit on them a little bit longer, so we will reveal all of them at the end. Okay, so this one's called the Void, and it's like this black glittery looking one. Looks like maybe it's got reflective glitters in it. I don't know, I'm not sure yet. Okay, this next one is called Cosmic Karma. And it looks like a glittery dark navy. Okay, next we've got Venus Rising. This one's like a dusty purple with some glitters I can see. Gold glitter, it looks like. Pretty. Okay, I'm kind of making a mess because I'm going so fast. But I have to go to work soon, so I'm trying to wrap this up before I run out of time. 2 more left. We've got Elemental Fate. This one I am really excited to see. Oh my god, look at that. Elemental Fate. Wow. Wow, wow. I'm going to give it a stir just to make sure everything's kind of evenly distributed. Both of these really chunky glittery ones are going to be my favorites, I know. Okay, this one is a color changer. You guys see that? The tip of it is darker. I guess because it's warmer? Or maybe the warm part? I don't know, but this one's definitely a color changer. It like got so much lighter as soon as it dried with the activator on it. I've never actually bought one of the color changers before, so that's really interesting. All right, and then the last one is another really glittery one. This one is called Wishing on Stardust. I'm sure I'm gonna love this too. I just love the glittery, shiny, metallic ones. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna stir it up again. Looks like we have a lot of reflective glitter and flakies and oh my gosh, this is so cool. I have always loved chunky, glittery, fun nail colors, but until I got into dip powder, I didn't really know how many possibilities there were out there. I feel like it's kind of hard to find good glitter nail polish, but these dip powders, they're just like, all of them are so freaking good. You can just get so much more intense, like glittery shine. Oh my gosh, they're amazing. Okay, this one has so many of these like reflective flakies that it's kind of hard to even brush off the swatch stick. top coat brush got hard again, so we got to switch, but thank God I've got the brush cleaner because now the one that was clumpy before is better. So this thing seriously is a lifesaver, especially as you're learning. I'm much better now when I do my own manicures, but when I'm just swatching and I'm not like actually taking the time to go wash these and scrub them in the sink in between coats, the brush saver is really an important tool to have. The top coat really brings out a lot of the subtleties in the colors. I don't know, I'm really hoping that these will focus the way that I need them to. I'm gonna do my best to get you guys good shots of them before we're done here. Okay, this one's really interesting because this is the one that got lighter when I put the activator on it, but now, oh, is it getting light again? Yeah, look at that color change. How interesting. So I'm gonna have to figure out if it's like the warmth, because I do think when you put the different liquids on, it warms them up because just like the chemical reaction makes it hotter. So this one turns into almost like a rose quartz color with those gold flecks. But then where it's cold, so like on the tip, once it is done with its reaction, it'll be that darker purple color. Oh yeah, I can feel that it's warm from the top coat. How intriguing. Wow, okay. Very interesting. And my nails are pretty short, so I'm not sure if mine will ever be long enough for that color change to really be visible, but it's cool nonetheless. And I do kind of like both states of the color, so. This one is just incredible. And then this one on its own is really pretty, but I think it would also be awesome as a topper over different colors, like over a navy blue or a black, or even a bright color. I've got like a lime green. I wonder what this would look like over the lime green. Wow. Okay, so here's an up close of those jars again. And here are all the swatches. And it's really kind of hard to see them in this lighting, even though my lights are so bright. It's the first one. That's Velvet Dust. This is the Void. Cosmic Karma is more of a blue with shimmer. Really hard to pick it up in the camera, but it's definitely like a navy with a shimmer. Venus Rising is like a deep mauve with gold sparkles. Elemental Fate is like a deep gray or almost black background with these gorgeous fiery shimmers, and it has like little tiny stars. I don't know if you can see the little itty bitty star glitters. They're so cute. And then Wishing on Stardust is just really like pure glitter with some sort of like deep red and gray in the background, but I do think that this would work as a topper because it's mostly clear through all the glitter. It's just so much chunky glitter that you can't really see through it that well. But it would be really good over black, I think. And then these are the ones that I just ordered myself this week. Again, we've got Aphrodisiac, Cozy Flames, and Punk Pastel, or Pastel Punk. All right, well, I'm liking all of these. Let me know what you think, if you had a favorite or a couple of favorites out of this collection. I'm sorry that it's hard to show you guys the nuance of these colors. They really are much deeper and moodier in person than they show up on the swatch sticks. Like, they all kind of just look dark on the swatch sticks, which is sort of a bummer, but maybe I'll try to take a picture of them in natural light too so that I can put that in here. And yeah, just these powders are really good quality. These swatches don't look the very best because again, I just went very quickly through them, but I love Tundra Dip's products and I will link their website down below in case you want to go shop with them. I'm not an affiliate or anything, so I won't like earn a commission, but I just really like their products. So yeah, go give them a follow, and especially on TikTok, it's really fun to watch their lives. Yeah, let me know which color you liked best and if you want to see me do a manicure with some of these colors, and then come back if you want to see what came in my giant boxes. I have 2 of these big boxes full of product from another fan of this brand who just had more stuff than she could use and was very kind and generous and gave me what she wasn't going to take with her. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And hit that bell icon so that you get notified every time I post a new video. I will come back soon with some more nail content, and I will also be back soon with more Portland leather goods content. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Bye.